Guys, new mage skills are announced, at least for the water one. We have about 3 sentences to review and discuss. So, of course, this is going to be an hour and a half long video, right? So let's get right into it. As you may know, a new monster mage was introduced via pre-notice. In this notice, we would like to show the skills of the water mage in advance. So it's looking like there's going to be 5. Indeed, not just like 1 like the vampire lord. There's going to be 5. I know some people thinking it's going to be fusion. If it is fusion, we're still getting 5 either way, right? There's a new mechanic in it too, so we're definitely getting 5 of these units. They are just showing 1 because they like to just tease with 1. Just like in the Second Awakenings with the Shren, they showed Shren, but they didn't show all of the high elementals, right? So, and also anything that has fusions, there's 5 of the units for all like the Lightning Emperors and the Panda Wars and everything else, right? So we're getting 5 of these mages. So let's take a look at them. Magical Eye, first skill, attacks the enemy 2 times. I don't know what class this is, if it's support or it's attack or whatever. But yeah, attacks the enemy 2 times, decrease attack power for 2 turns, 35% chance with each attack. This is probably going to go up to 50-60% with skill ups. Generally, the attack power break first skill is good against bosses, generally speaking. Then we have, so maybe that's a good indication of where we're supposed to be using this thing. Not always. Sometimes it's good against other stuff and just happens to have an attack power break first skill, but a lot of times attack power break is good against bosses. Generally, if you're doing PvP, you're looking for like nukes and controls and stuns and sleeps and whatever's, right? Then we have Monostorm, envelops enemies with magic energy and attacks all enemies to decrease their defense for 2 turns. 75% chance is probably going to be, it's a nat 5, so it's probably going to be 100% chance when it's completely maxed. Max skills. I don't know that like, defense break is not bad for basically anywhere. Like, defense break is always good. It's no attack power buff, but, you know, it's no Galleon, but still, AoE defense break is not really bad. I'm not sure if this is going to do a lot of damage. I'm not sure if this is going to do, like, I mean, I guess it's not going to do anything else. It's just going to be an AoE defense break, but it's an AoE defense break. It's pretty vanilla, right? But it's not bad. And then we have Soul Harvest. This is the thing that makes him interesting and exciting. Harvest a soul when an enemy dies on an ally's turn. So we can kind of see based on like what we... Oh, is this one? What I had speculated in the other video. Probably new mechanic. Well, I said putting monsters under spells or new kind of buffs or debuffs of some kind. So we do see a new buff with this. So this was pretty accurate. Most likely heavy buffers and debuffers based on classification. There's attack power breaks and defense breaks. So we do see some debuffs over there. And then this we don't really see anything about yet. And I'll come for your soul seems worded deliberately. Remember that I said this in the other video. I'll come for your soul seems worded deliberately. Do we finally see a charm? It's not quite a charm, but it was definitely worded deliberately based on the fact that this Soul Harvest passive harvests a soul when the enemy dies on the ally's turn. So Comptos did deliberately put, I will come for your soul, because they're harvesting souls from the enemy. So you kill something, and then he gets, it looks like this is going to be a stack like knowledge, kind of like how the Lightning Emperors work. 3 harvested souls can be stored up, so the like little 3 harvested souls probably going to be like the little buff over the dude's head or whatever. Or I don't know if it's supposed to be a guy or a girl or whatever. But 3 harvested souls stored up consumes 1 saved soul to revive the ally with 60% HP when an ally dies. So it looks like the way this is, from what I understand, supposed to be working is you kill something, he gets a soul, and then your ally, you kill something on your turn. Usually that happens anyway. But you kill something, he gets a soul, and then one of your guys dies, and then it gets automatically revived, kind of like a Vanessa situation, right? So kind of like Vanessa, kind of like the little bit, it kind of reminds me of the Dark Demon and Vanessa meets like Lightning Emperor kind of situation. So I think a lot of people are confused as to where we're supposed to be specifically using this. I think that the best play, because I mean, like, would you use this in a cleave team? And it's like safety for a cleave team, but it only has an AoE defense break, and it really doesn't do, I don't know if it's going to do damage. I don't know what the situation here. The other ones I'm sure are going to have the harvested soul mechanic too. I'm curious what happens. I feel like the revive is less exciting just in general, as far as like when we're taking a look at units. We're like, oh, Eladriel, not a very exciting unit. Oh, wait, who else does the revives? Whoever else does the revives. Nigong, not a very exciting unit. What's the Light Pixie? I don't even know her name. Not a very exciting unit. So we're thinking of all these revivers. They're so not exciting in general that I don't even remember half of their names, right? So Reviver is really not... Brian, not a very exciting unit. So I think that the other mages are actually going to be the more exciting ones, considering this one is kind of like a revive unit. The other ones may do some kind of... They'll do heals. Wait a second. That's the Lightning Emperor then. But at least we get these harvested souls. This new buff of some kind. New buff, harvested souls, that we're going to be able to use. And I'm not sure how it's going to work with the rest of them, but it is indeed a new buff. And I feel like the other ones, guys, I just... Hold tight. I feel like the other ones are going to be more exciting than this one, because generally, unless they're all revivers, because generally the revivers are like the least exciting of the units, right? So maybe something else will happen when he gets harvested souls, or for like the wind one. But it's actually weird to have usually the wind units are the revivers, not the water units. We have a couple water units revived, like the water undying. Again, it's a thing that nobody uses. Nobody's really using these revivers, and that's why I think it's not about the soul the soul passive or the harvesting souls mechanic that's bad. It's just the fact that he's a reviver of some kind, and that's generally the kind of a less exciting unit. So we'll also see we don't see anything about the leader skills. We generally don't see the leader skills on here, and then they come out with leader skills, and then we're like, oh, this one's got a speed lead. This one doesn't have or this one's got some kind of crazy leader skill. HP 44% or something like that leader skill. So we'll see what kind of leader skills they have here. I feel like the best place for him already, or her, or whatever, is looking like it's going to be the dimensional hole, though. That's the thing that I see from this one, is like, this looks like a dimension hole unit that's going to like shine the most in dimension hole. Maybe in labyrinth, because this is actually pretty good for those labyrinth bomb stages, unless he dies first. But, you know, the Morris, the Wind Dice Magician, is also good. Again, another Wind Reviver, right? He's also pretty good. He's pretty OP there, because he can revive the whole team, and he's got some CC and stuff. So I think that this guy's going to be more of the least boring of the team, of the mages, and I think the other ones are probably going to be more exciting. But anyway, that's it for this one. We'll see what happens when the rest of them come out, and then they're all very boring, and then I'm like, I guess I was wrong. But we do see a new buff, and we see two debuffs so far, so it's kind of like on trend, and the soul thing did actually make sense, right? It was actually relevant. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.